Dr. Lovelace is only half a man. He's lost the bottom half of his body from his waist down. So I think he has leg envy. So everything he builds is about legs and spiders.
The reason I wanted to do this movie, besides I love working with Barry and Will, is the opportunity to design the whole repertoire of devices and sets for the villain, in this case, Dr. Lovelace.
We've never been properly introduced. I'm Dr. Ulysses Lovelace.
A brilliant military mind, fantastic sort of scientific ability, and so all the anger about having lost his legs in an unfortunate scientific accident some years before is now put into somehow revenging himself both on the Southern Army, of which he was a star, and on the rest of the United States. So he is one of those classic villains who truly wishes to take over the world.
The United Divided!
Lovelace's wheelchair was built on a motorized wheelchair that we wanted to make sure would be able to maneuver the way he wanted it to move, be silent so we could do our dialogue on set. We had his legs tied back and bent back, and just, you know, for every shot we'd put him in a different position, and he was really pretty good about it.
Every time you see Lovelace's wheelchair, the actor's legs are of course blocking the back side of the wheelchair. And this means not only do we have to digitally go in there and frame by frame paint out his legs, we had to make a computer-generated wheelchair so that we could take the wheel or whatever part his legs were blocking and animate it and put it in the shot so that what was left after his legs were taken out was in fact the missing part of the chair.
There's another scene where his wheelchair turns into these wonderful mechanical legs. It's a beautiful fight scene. We had to shoot him in front of blue screen for the big fight scene where he was actually wearing blue screen pants, which would later be eliminated when you pull a mat.
We monkeyed around with different types of shoes and bungee rigs and ways to support him and how to get the movement from him. It turns out that we use that as kind of a reference to put on the legs using the computer, and then just using rigs to get his movement to match what the legs would do.
You wanted everything about it to be stylized and unique and sort of futuristic, but within the context of 1869. So it feels very Jules Verne. It's like what a science fiction movie would be if you shot it in 1869.
Save it. Got a train to catch.
Yeah!
When I heard that it was a period film, 1869, and by the way, there's an 80-foot tarantula in this period film, I said, well, okay.
The first thing I designed in Wild Wild West was the tarantula, the 80-foot tarantula, and that's because I suspected that it would be difficult to do. But I forget how I'm going to do it. First, you just design it, and you know, you draw a picture and you think 80-foot mechanical tarantula. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to build this full size, but I won't rule that out.
Well, now, isn't this a coincidence?
The way it works for Bo and myself, he gets the broad stroke conceptual design, and I'm in charge of making his, ideas in reality. I mean, the actual nuts and bolts, the way it actually comes out on the stage. He's the conceptual guy, I'm the detail, I'm the reality guy.
The tarantula is a massive war machine, long-legged, sort of hyper tank.
Our first glimpse of the tarantula in the film is its initial reveal as it comes climbing up out of Spider Canyon. And the way we achieved that sequence, it's entirely a synthetic sequence. The actors were on a soundstage in front of a blue screen, and the background behind them in all directions is a digital matte painting.
We built we called the heavy head and the light head. The heavy head was the real one that supported a lot of actors. We could shake it. We could do a lot of the stunts with it, but it was too heavy to put on the motion control gimbal head for the angles and stuff for the visual effects shots.
Then we built another deck that fit onto a motion simulator base that we used in front of blue screen that Eric Brevik shot, and we would blue screen in the background.
We could only have like a couple of actors on it. We couldn't put a camera on it, but it would get on top of the gimbal head and we could move it and it would jerk around a lot, and you could do all the moves that basically that ILM needed.
When you have an 80-foot tarantula, you have to do explosions and fire in scale with something that would be shooting giant streams of fire or fireballs at buildings. So we had this plan to go to Silverado and blow up their buildings. And we did.
But I urge you to reconsider it in light of the following.
Our 4-day explosion shoot turned into a one big explosion shoot when we burnt the town down.
Still trying to figure that one out.
When you've got 20-some-odd people and a bunch of horses in the street, and now you're using explosives to cut those buildings and give us the desired visual effect, keeping everybody safe, keeping the livestock safe, becomes a challenge.
I'm almost to Albuquerque, and my phone rings, and the construction coordinator is on the phone. The town's burning down. The town's burning down. I go, I thought, they always play a lot of tricks, and you say, get out of here. No, he says, swear it, the town's burning down.
We had just set off some explosions for second unit plates, and a gust of wind caught the fire and basically burned Silverado to the ground.
So I look out the side window of my car. 23 miles away, I can see a plume of smoke coming off the desert floor. And you go, wow, it's really happening.
We needed to find a way to get the coverage for the other 3 days that we were not going to be able to get. We're standing there amongst ashes and rubble. Now what do we do? So I immediately had to go into plan B. We did some miniature shooting, which we did quarter-scale miniatures and shot them at a different state and motion tracked them into the set, as well as created some 3D elements that also needed to be, so basically a 3D geometry and a quarter-scale city set needed to be done in order to get the angles necessary to complete that scene. It was a huge undertaking.
That's what we're known for throughout the world, the gang that burned down Silverado.